Please recite another salah. Brothers and sisters, tonight is the 20th night of the month of Ramadan. According to historical reports, it was on the 19th night, last night, when Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was struck by the sword of Ibn al-Mujrim. And we have to remember that Imam Ali's martyrdom was something that was very grave for the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam to bear. It wasn't a light matter. Just hold on. It wasn't a light matter. I mean, it was something that was very difficult for them to bear. Even before it took place, even before the sword struck Imam Ali alayhi salam, it was something that they knew about and they were mourning about before it happened. Let me just give you an example. According to a hadith, we're told that one time the Prophet of Islam ﷺ was walking with Imam Ali in the city of Medina, and they came across a beautiful garden. And Imam Ali makes a comment. He says that what a beautiful garden that is. So the Prophet responds. He says that ma ahsanaha. Yes, it's a beautiful garden. وَلَكَ فِي الْجَنَّةِ أَحْسَنُ مِنْهَا. But your garden in paradise is more beautiful than this. So then they walk along, they come across another garden. And the same thing happens. Imam Ali says that what a beautiful garden. The Prophet responds. He says that ma ahsanaha وَلَكَ فِي الْجَنَّةِ أَحْسَنُ مِنْهَا. But your paradise, your garden in paradise is more beautiful than this garden. And this continues until they pass 7 such gardens. Because the Prophet wants to make a point here. There's a reason why this is taking place. After they pass 7 gardens, at that point, then the Prophet stops. And he takes Imam Ali and he hugs him and he begins to cry. And he says, بِأَبِي الْوَحِيدُ الشَّهِيدُ. He says that, may I be sacrificed, may my father be sacrificed for this shaheed who will die alone. فَقُلْتُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Imam Ali says that, oh Prophet of Allah, what is it that's making you cry? And the Prophet says that, I am crying because of the deep feelings of vengeance and hatred that emanates from Badr and Uhud. Because people whose family was, their fathers and their brothers were killed in Badr and Uhud, these people had hatred of Imam Ali Islam. So the Prophet is crying because of the presence of that hatred in the hearts of some of the people. But then the Prophet says that يَبْدُونَهَا لَكَ إِلَّا مِنْ بَعْدِي, that they will not show this hatred except for when I am gone. That's when this hatred will come to the forefront. And we see that what sort of hatred they were showing to Imam Ali alayhi salam. So much hatred, brothers and sisters, that when Imam Ali salam, when news came that he was stabbed in the mihrab of the masjid, people in Sham were surprised. They said that, did Amir al-Mu'mineen Islam used to pray? We didn't even think that he used to pray because they thought he wasn't even a Muslim. That's how much negative propaganda, how much zulm was going on against Imam Ali alayhi salam. صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله صلى الله عليك يا أمير المؤمنين يا علي بن أبي طالب. On the night of the 19th of the month of Ramadan, Imam Ali alayhi salam was at the house of his daughter Kulthum. He falls asleep for a moment and he sees a dream where he sees the Prophet of Allah, his Habib, his beloved. The Prophet of Islam says, Aba al-Hasan, innaka qadimun ilayna an qareeb. Oh, the father of Hassan, you will come to us soon. يجيء إليك أشقى فيغضب شيبتك من دم رأسك. But before that, the most wretched one will come to you and he will dye your beard with the blood from your head. وأنا والله مشتاق إليك. But I am very keen on meeting you, O Abul Hassan. Imam Hassan alayhi salam tries to stay with his father, but his father says, go back home and take care of the women. Imam Ali alayhi salam spends the night in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When dawn begins appearing in the sky, he makes his way towards the masjid. And at that point he says a poem. He says, tighten your belt and ready yourself for death, for most surely death is coming to you. And do not flee from death when it comes to you in your valley. كما أضحكك الدهر كذاك الدهر يبكيك. Just as time has made you laugh, similarly it is time again that shall make you weep. And as he goes towards the masjid, he keeps on reciting, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-ali al-azim. Imam Ali alayhi salam begins reciting the nafilah for the Fajr prayers. Others are busy taking their wudu, getting ready for the prayer. What sort of conversation must have taken place between Imam Ali and his Rabb on that night and that early morning? What sort of expression of love and desire to re-meet and reunite with his Lord? He goes into sajda and he raises his head from sajda. Ibn Muljim seizes the opportunity and he strikes with his poisoned sword. He strikes with such force that the blood from Imam's forehead dries his head. At that point the blow is too much for people to bear. Even the earth begins to complain, it doesn't know what to do. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam has been struck by this sword. History reports that a voice is heard from the heavens. What is this voice saying? تهدمت والله أركان الهدى انفصمت العروة الوثقى. By Allah, the pillar of guidance has collapsed. That firm rope of Allah has been cut off. قتل ابن المصطفى قتل ابن المصطفى قتل علي المرتضى. The son of Mustafa has been killed. The Ali al-Murtada has been killed. قتله أشقى الأشقياء. The wretched of all people have killed him. Ibn Muljim, the assassin, starts to run away. Some people chase him. There's confusion. People don't know what to do. They are crying out, Ya Sayyida, O our leader. Ya Imama, O our Imam. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein alayhi salam, then they rush out and they see the condition of their father. What has happened to Amir al-Mu'mineen? He is at his mihrab where he normally is found, but now he is in a different state. What is this blood that has covered his forehead? Imam Ali Islam cries out, Bismillahi wa billah wa ala millati Rasulillah. In the name of Allah and on the way of the Messenger of Allah. Fuztu bi Rabbil Kaaba. Fuztu bi Rabbil Kaaba. I have succeeded. I swear by the Lord of the Kaaba that I have succeeded. This is the Shahada that Imam Ali Salam was longing for. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم أحينا على ما أحييت عليه علي بن أبي طالب وأمتنا على ما مات عليه علي بن أبي طالب. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to live the life and guide us to live the life of Imam Ali and help us to die like Ali died. Salawat ala